Welcome back to Adventures at Freeze Drying for Beginners. Sorry I've been absent for so long. Seasons have changed, as you can tell. I'm in a tank top. It's now sunny and 90 instead of cold and snowy. Had some surgery done, so it's been a while, but welcome back. When you buy baby Bella mushrooms from the grocery store, they come kind of dirty. There's some dirt on them and whatnot. So the first thing I'm going to do is just soak these in some cold water and get them cleaned off. Another little trick I like to use is I will rinse out the container the mushrooms come in, and then just put those mushrooms right back in that container until you get them sliced, and you're not dirtying up any extra dishes this way. So I'm going to take my mushroom, cut that in half, and then I like to just lay that flat and then slice it this way, which gives you a nice easy surface to cut. And since these are not terribly wet, if I need to, I will go ahead and do 2 layers of mushrooms on my parchment. I'm probably putting parchment in between so they don't stick. You could also use an egg slicer for this, which is what I normally do, but my egg slicer recently broke. So I will let you watch me get these trays loaded, and then we'll be back. The mushrooms are frozen solid, so I'm going to get them in my pre-cooled freeze dryer, and then I'll see you when they're done. Okay, so it looks like these should be done. I would be very surprised right now if these are not done. I'm going to go ahead and just check those with my infrared thermometer. Making sure that they're plenty warm here, and they are. So we're going to count these done, and I'll see you in the kitchen in just a minute. Okay, so I've gone ahead and bagged up the rest of my mushrooms, and I've put these in here. It's been a couple days since my batch got done. I'm just now getting time to see what I can do with these Morrel mushrooms. So I put them in here. I'm just going to try one for right now because I'm not sure how this is going to rehydrate. The first way I'm going to try is just by soaking it in some water. So I'm going to put this in some cold water here. And I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. That didn't even take 5 minutes. That was pretty much instant, and this is, if anything, almost overhydrated. So now I'm going to pull it out and put it on a paper towel for a couple of minutes and let some of that water seep back out to get this ready to be fried up. So I'm letting this sit here. You can see some of the water is soaking into the paper towel, trying to get that extra moisture out so this will cook up like it would when it was fresh. I'm going to let this sit here for about 2 minutes, and then we'll get started on the cooking process. When we cook morel mushrooms fresh, we always roll them in a little bit of flour, and then we fry them up in butter, which is why I did not want to try to freeze dry these already cooked. So I've got my butter heating up. Let's go over to my pan and see how this goes. So I've got butter melted and hot in my pan, and I'm going to take my mushroom here and plop that in my butter. It might not be quite as hot because it's not sizzling, but we're going to let that cook for a minute or 2 on this side before we flip it over. My mushroom has cooled a little bit. I would say it feels very similar. It's flatter maybe than what a fresh mushroom would be. but right now it feels very similar to what it would be fresh. And I will tell you, that is all the goodness of a morel mushroom right there. Texture's good. Maybe not quite as awesome as fresh, but oh my goodness, pull these out in the middle of the summer or for Thanksgiving when nobody else can have them. These are pretty darn good. I would say that is a win, and I'm going to rehydrate the rest of these and let my husband have some. Thank you for joining me at Adventures in Freeze Drying for Beginners.